I was just very peaceful. I didn't have any worries because Mangala Devi told everything will be resolved. That is, all the students' problems, all the financial issues, all the relationship issues, everything will be resolved. And I was so happy. And suddenly what happened was, as I was seeing that broken sky, I started getting pulled into it. And my consciousness was being pulled. And I asked for help. That is, I asked Mangala Devi, please help me, don't let me go. But she didn't help. She just let me go inside that wormhole. And this wormhole, that is the broken sky, led me to a place of void. So it took me to a place where I was shaking. That is, in the physical realm, I was like in a trance like this, full shaking, body shaking. And in the mental realm, that is inside my mind, I was sucked into a wormhole. And there, I didn't see anyone. That is, my consciousness was without any character, without any mind. And there it was a realm full of nothingness, a peaceful realm. I was thinking, why has Mangala Devi put me in this wormhole? And I was just experiencing it. And I was waiting for her to put me back to the Maya. Because in the Maya, in the temple, I was not there. I was not in the body itself. I was somewhere else, inside my mind. And I was waiting for her to come back and take me in her hand and pamper me. But she never came in that void. And I was always calling for help. Nobody was there. There was no Shiva, no Vishnu, no Hanuman, no Ganapati, no one, no deities. Pure void, pure nothingness. And finally I started crying. I told her that I want to go back to Maya. I want to enter Maya again. I want to know what Aditya is facing. That time she immediately brought me back to the giant wheel, and I came to that cabin where she was showing the sky. And I told Mangala Devi that I saw everything, that I saw the void where nothing exists, and I don't want to be there anymore. It was very scary because it's pure nothingness. And she told that when our consciousness is out of worries, when it doesn't have any worries, it doesn't have any happiness, when it doesn't have any sadness, it is there in the void. Our consciousness is always there in the void. That is the true state of our consciousness. But whenever our consciousness wants to solve a puzzle, it enters the Maya. For example, my fat, let's say my tummy. So this is a puzzle. How to lose the tummy is a puzzle. And let's say relationship. How to have a peaceful relationship is a puzzle. How to stay happy in a relationship is a puzzle. How to not have education loan anymore. How to financially be stable is a puzzle. So there are a lot of puzzles in Maya. How to get your children educated is a puzzle. How to have your students be in their prime self is a puzzle. Everything is a puzzle. How to concentrate is a puzzle. How to not concentrate is a puzzle. How to do sadhana is a puzzle. How to be happy is a puzzle. Everything is a puzzle. So the Maya itself is a puzzle. So whenever you have a curiosity to solve puzzle, your consciousness enters the Maya. If you observe that, when you sleep, first you go to that dream state. First you go to a dream realm, Swapna Loka, or the astral realm, where you're solving some other puzzle. Not this puzzle, some other set of puzzle. Because your astral body is there in that Loka, where it is solving puzzle of some divinity. And in the causal realm also, you are solving some other puzzle, other Maya. So basically the whole Maya, right, that is inside the Tripura Sundari's womb, is like a playground of puzzles. Some puzzles are divine in nature, some puzzles are tamasic in nature. That is, the lower lokas are filled with the egotistical puzzles, lustful puzzles, like how to have sexual intercourse with this person. So all these lustful puzzles are there in the lower lokas. And how to eat this favorite food item. It's like Burloka puzzle. And there are so many puzzles going on in different lokas, and our consciousness enters one puzzle. It enters the puzzle of Aditya. It enters the puzzle of, let's say, Narendra Modi or Donald Trump. They are also facing some puzzle. That is how to stop the war with Iran and how to hide the Epstein files. So there are so many puzzles going on in the world, and the consciousness enters as per its curiosity. So if you really want to reach the truth, you have to completely surrender all these puzzles on the deity's feet, like how I did unconsciously on Mangala Devi's feet. So when I went to the temple, after I gave the flowers, she took over my body. She took over my body and she started revolving around the temple, and she sat in one place using my body. And then she entered my mind. After taking control of my body, she entered my mind and she took me to a happy place where I was alone and seeing the sun. But there was a twist, that she created a wormhole in that memory. And inside that memory, she created a wormhole which will take me towards the Shunya, or the null world, Satyalok. First, she removed all my burdens that I have in Aditya character by taking over my body. Then she took me to a happy place by convincing my mind that I don't have any worries. I'm free of worries and I'm happy. Then finally, after making me happy, she took me to this wormhole. She twisted the memory and she took me to the wormhole of Shunya, that is truth. So that is how deities operate. They take over your body, they take over your mind, then finally they free your Atma. So your Atma is always free, but because of some curiosity, it enters the Maya to solve some puzzle. So what the moral of this video is, if you want to solve puzzle, then please be in the Maya and lead the life of this character. But if you want to know the truth, then you have to surrender this puzzle, this problem that you have on the deity's feet. Because the deity will take over your body, mind, character, everything. They'll take over the entire A to Z of your body, mind, character. They will ensure that your character lives a fulfilled life. So this character that I'm playing, that is Aditya or Rupesh or Purnima or Jason, John, whoever it is, this character that we are playing is not our own. It belongs to the deity. It belongs to the Vishnu, the causal being who created this universe. All these characters, plants, animals, birds, insects, everything belongs to that causal being who created this universe, and it is not ours. So if we want to reach the truth, if you want to experience the truth, just surrender your problems, happiness on the deity's feet, and the deity will take care. The deity need not be Vishnu itself, the deity need not be Mangala Devi itself. It can be anyone, whatever you imagine it to be. For me, Mangala Devi took because she's my favorite in Mangalore. Because Mangalore got its name because of her, and that is why she is my favorite here. If I go to Goa, my Kuldevi is my favorite, that is Mahalasa Narayani. If I go to Kadri Manjunatha, that is Shiva in the mist form, is my favorite. So wherever we go, the Brahman, the truth, takes a form of your Ishta, and it will help you to reach the truth. Because you are the Brahman, that is, you are the truth. You have created this Maya, you have created this puzzle, and you have fallen trap for your own creation. That's why you, which is beyond the puzzle, beyond the Maya, is helping the you, which is fallen in the Maya. So basically you are helping yourself to get out of the Maya. So trust your future self, trust the deities, and they will take care of everything. They will take care of all your problems, because these problems is not your own. It belongs to the Maya. So don't worry about anything, don't stress about anything, because all these puzzles are just Maya's way of functioning your intelligence. Because the consciousness is very intelligent and it cannot stay silent for long. It will create puzzles, it will go inside puzzle, it will try to solve an unsolvable puzzle, and finally it will die a physical death. Then it will come again to solve another puzzle of another character. So it's like a unavoidable loop. So if you want to stay away from this loop, then you have to surrender your problems on deity's feet. Like how Hanuman surrendered all his problems on Ram's feet. And that is why whenever he chants Ram, he gets energy, he gets power. So that is how you treat your future self, your evolved self. So always chant the name of your Ishta and just surrender. Never give in to these worries, because all these worries, A to Z, are not your own. It is the worries of the Maya. That is what Maya is for. That is the Maya's duty, to put you in a quicksand. It will become very sticky if you enter. So be very careful before you enter Maya again. And I hope this video has brought some light to your consciousness. Thanks for watching, and we'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.